What's up, everybody? Tony the Brick Whisperer here, right back at you for another episode. Uh, Joined today by yesterday's birthday girl, my daughter Kaylee, who just turned 20. And in fact, she's sitting here eating some of her birthday cake.
Hello.
so, um, what the reason why she decided to come and join me today was because earlier I'm trying to make this video, and I pretty much shot the entire thing, and it wasn't until I had finished that I realized I didn't even turn my microphone on. So, oops on me. She heard me finish and she immediately jumped on YouTube expecting it to pop up just like that. Well, that wasn't the case. I still got a whole lot to do, and she wants to basically see what it is that I do and how everything works on this end. Because she loves playing around on YouTube, and she just, like I said, she immediately thinks that the videos just pop up automatically. She does not quite understand just what all goes into it. So she's here to learn, as well as wave to everybody. So the last episode was my very first video that I had ever shot. It was, like I said, it was for social media, and it was essentially what I jokingly say was what got me hired to Bricks and Minifigs Avondale. And a lot of people had asked, and over that year, 2023, everybody had asked how the collection was growing. When I did my initial job interview with Desiree Ayers, she had one question she had when she saw that video was, "Am I going to have enough room for everything I was going to be taking home?" Now, I kind of chuckled. I was like, "Of course." I just did not know exactly what all was coming my way. Um, so for the last 25 years, I've always had the same goal. I am going to own every single Lego Star Wars set that's ever released. And, as life would have it, life happens. I have fallen behind a lot. So, with the help of Bricks and Minifigs, my collection started to grow, and it is still growing. It's nonstop. So basically, the video that we're going to take a look at right now is that 1 year anniversary video of just how much it has grown. So take a look. So as you see, the artwork is still pretty much the same, but now I have added little shelves for my custom lightsabers. Han Solo's blaster, probably one of my favorite one of my favorite mocks. I love the helmet series right there. I'm kind of disappointed that they discontinued it, but now it's more wide open. As you see, for these big UCS sets, I had to put two bookshelves back to back, and it did provide a stable enough base for them to stand on. But as you see, there is of uh, a lot of newer stuff that has been added. The shelves look more full. If you remember from the previous video, in front of that window there were a bunch of these little small bookshelves, but we decided to go with bigger. Right there on that middle shelf, those are my metal earths. A lot of fun, take a lot of time, lots of detail. Uh, I'm just one of those guys. I love to do things with my hands that keeps, I guess you could say, it helps me deal with just about everything. Helps keep me stay focused. It just helps keep me relaxed and grounded. I love it. Now, as you recall from the last video, here we are in the little cutout, and those three bookshelves there in the back, right there that we're looking at, they were full of books. Now they're all just sitting on the bottom rows, so I had more room. Jabba's Palace still sitting there in box. I think at the time I had only bought it like maybe a day or two before I snapped this video. Uh, with my wife's help, she recommended that I put those up. Those little, I guess you can call them hologram lights or whatever. But, we had already had the planets from the Lego planets hanging around the fan as if it was the center of the galaxy. And so I decided to put all of my micro builds, all of my poly bags, basically if they were ships, they're all hanging. Make it all look like a space scene and whatnot. And we had moved the desk to right here. And literally that desk, it's a huge mess for a couple of reasons. One, I was working on stuff, and uh, I had literally just moved it in there. So there it is. So this next video, I was originally planning on leaving this video out. I was going to have this be the next episode that I was going to put on the channel, but I know with this being essentially a Lego channel, many of you want to see stuff get built. So that will be the next episode. So, as you know, we are getting ready to move. I had in my mind what it was I was going to do for my very first episode. So I shot my first episode, quote unquote, on my cell phone right before we started packing. So let's take a look at what the first episode would have been.
What's up, everybody? Tony the Brick Whisperer here. And by popular demand from a lot of my customers at Bricks and Minifigs, I am finally going to start a YouTube channel. Now, this is the very first episode. Excuse me. This is the very first episode, and as such, this one might be a little bit weird because I'm filming it from my phone. So I'm going to be moving here in the near, as you can see with the boxes starting to pile up. We'll be discussing in future videos or some reviews and so forth from quite a few things. From poly bags to customs, mocks to helmets, old sets to newer sets, semi-common sets to some rare gems, even some non-Star Wars such as my wife's sets, flowers, and other cutesy stuff. So, as I stated, we will be moving. In the here and now, the time frame that's going to take, I have a lot of time to take everything apart, bag it, and then once we get into the new house, I will start slowly building mostly my wife's stuff that she uses for decorations. As far as everything that you see here in my loft, sadly for a little while it's going to have to stay in storage. Climate control storage. I'm not a dummy. It's all going to stay in storage until essentially we have a space to put it all. So everything will get built again. And when it does get built, I will be starting essentially from the old stuff from when they first released, 1999, to the upcoming March releases. However, I do believe that by the time this gets aired and you all see it, it's going to be well after the March 2024 releases. So I'm also looking for way beyond that. So I'm going over everything, give you some history on some stuff, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun. So please hit that like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Let's get this thing going, and let's see where this takes us. Y'all have yourselves a very good day. Bye.
So that was supposed to be, what's that?
There you have it.
There you have it, just like she said. So that was supposed to be the very first episode. And you heard me say that I had plenty of time to take things apart. That was not the case. So at the time that we took this video, we thought that we were going to have at least 6 to 8 months. Boom, rocking and rolling. No, not even close. I had 3 months to take everything apart. And thankfully, I had Kaylee. She helped me with some of my mosaics. And, you know, you've already said hi to them. You don't have to keep saying hi. So she helped take apart a lot of the mosaics and help me organize the colors and so forth, which she is very good at. I also had coworkers help me. My wife helped me. Lots of help. I couldn't have done it without all the help that I got. I'm truly blessed that happened. Now, there were some things that I did not take apart. I'm not going to shoot any build videos later, unless there's a popular demand for them. But at the same time, they're everywhere. So some of the things that I had kept built were some of my smaller things. For example, I had built this little, what kind of looks like a head from Easter Island. Didn't necessarily think it was necessary to take this apart. I thought it could ship just fine. Now you can find videos all over the place for infinity cubes. I thought that this one was. I thought, why not? I need to fidget. That's why I, do what I do with the Lego and so forth. But, sometimes it's good to just sit there and watch TV with one of these. I even ended up finding a picture and made the Simpsons. A little micro Simpsons family sitting on the couch. One of my wife's favorite, I made a tiny Mjolnir. And it's supposed to look like the real big Mjolnir set, Thor's hammer, if you don't know what Mjolnir is. And it looked, it's supposed to be the downgrade size from that. And for whatever reason, my wife thinks these are just the cutest things. Don't know why, but it is what it is. Another video I had found online. It was from one of, if I'm not mistaken, the season 1 winner of Lego Masters. And he had built a flying parrot with a little button on the back here to make his wings flap. I saw this. I knew I had to build it, so I built it. Turned out that Desiree and Todd Ayerson, the owners of Bricks and Minifigs Avondale, he absolutely loved the macaw, the scarlet macaw, and so he had to have one. So I built him one, and he loved it so much he ended up taking it apart. But that's the beautiful thing about Lego, because let's face it, you can take it apart and boom, just like that, you can put it right back together. Some of the other things, another one that I had found online on Facebook was his grandfather clock. Let's face it, if there's one thing I hate in this world, it's brittle brown. This is riddled with it. I'm not taking this apart. And for those of you that actually know me, you know how much of a diehard Cardinals fan I am. And so when you go to State Farm Stadium to go watch the Cardinals, you go into their gift shop, they sell these. These are from a company called Brixels. I'm trying to get centered here on the screen. It's kind of difficult to do here. But these are called Brixels. And while they're not actual Lego, I love them. I think they're cool. But in time, I do intend on blowing these up and making them out of actual Lego. I can't wait to see how they turn out, and God willing, they come out good, because I'm a diehard fan. I want them to look good. I'm not one to fail. I hate failing. But my most favorite thing that I've ever built, that I absolutely refused to take apart, was something that I had built for Veterans Day of last year. I am a 17-year Army veteran, loved my entire time in the Army, and so when Veterans Day rolled around, I had to do something different with my name tag, and so I made my ribbon rack. This is essentially all the awards that I had won when I was in the Army, and obviously, I know you can't see them, but I have right up there on the wall what the ribbon rack actually was. And this is the thing that, you see soldiers and whatnot wearing on their dress uniforms. And so I had built it, obviously out of Lego. There's a spy in there back for the name badge, so it sticks to my shirt. My wife had bought me this little guy from Battle Bricks, and she absolutely loved it, because right here on the patch, I don't know if you could see it, but it's the 101st Airborne Division, which was my very first unit that I was in the Army. And so my absolute favorite thing I've ever put together. So with all that being said, how about we start getting into some builds? My very first build that I have recorded. Learned a lot, so things will be changing with other episodes in the future. Very, very excited to get the next video out. It probably won't be for another few days. I know she's excited, because the first build that I just did was for her grandfather, my father-in-law. The second one will be for him as well. And then I'm going to take care of hers.
My unicorn.
It will take care of your unicorn and your flower art.
My flower art. Woo!
So, let's get to building. I can't wait. Now I'm starting to get excited to throw some build videos out there. For you. So, with that being said, hit that like and subscribe.
Yep.
And what's that?
Yep.
Yep. See? If I'm not mistaken, I think she was my first subscriber. So hit that like and subscribe, and love you guys for everything, and I will see you when I see you.
See you next time.
Or I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.